Good morning. I wanted to come on here and just give a message I feel like I received from God. He was talking to me in my sleep, He was talking to me in my devotion. Um, and then after I really thought about it, He's been kind of talking through other people too. So I just want to share this. And if it resonates with you, then it means it's for you. If it doesn't, then maybe one day it might. And if not, that's okay too. The other day, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend. One of my best friends, we've been friends since high school. She's a single mom now. And, she called me and was just kind of venting. She said, I've been really frustrated with myself. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, I've not been able to be consistent when it comes to things that have to do with me. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're a great mom. What are you talking about? And she said, no, it's anything that I've had to do that was focused on myself. I either start and stop or I don't even attempt. And she kind of gave me some examples. She talked about starting real estate and doing her classes and just kind of stopping that and spending all this money on that and not continuing with it. She talked about her fitness journey and how, there was a point where she was super consistent before becoming a mom. And then all of a sudden, that's not the case anymore. And she'll start it and then stop. And I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. And she said, the problem I'm having is that I can show up for my son on any day and I will be consistent from day one through however long it takes to get whatever it is we need to done. She was like, I show up for my friends. I show up for everyone else and I can be everyone else's everything almost, but I can't do it for myself. And I was just like, I kind of laughed because I was just like, okay, God, I hear you. The reason I say that is because when I did that, she was like, what's going on? And I said, it's funny you say that because I don't even know if it was, it might have been, 3 or 4 months ago, maybe even a little longer, but I had a conversation with my husband and we were in a little bit of a tiff or an argument. And, he kind of sat me down and talked to me about the fact that he felt like I was being inconsistent. And I'm gonna tell you this, I looked at him like he had two heads because I was like, who are you to call me inconsistent when I'm always showing up for you? And he was like, you know what? No, you're inconsistent when it comes to yourself. You're inconsistent when it comes to working out and doing what you want to do for you. You're inconsistent when it comes to following through with something that you said you wanted to do. I've done real estate 3 times now, and I have not taken the test. I've done the classes. I've paid the money. I even paid for the darn test. Didn't show up for it. And he was just like, he gave me a few different examples, and he was just saying, in all honesty, your inconsistency is surrounded around when you have to show up for yourself. You show up for me, you show up for the girls every day, all day. There's never a question of it, but you won't do it for yourself. So when I was talking to my friend, I was just like, girl, I almost felt like how you don't really talk to other people about what you're dealing with, so you don't know that they're experiencing that same thing. So to hear her kind of have that similar experience and kind of be in that same position where she's so willing to give her all to everyone around her, but will not or can't kind of have that same energy, that same consistency, that same commitment to herself. I was just kind of surprised because in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I feel like this is God again. I feel like this is God. This is the second time someone has come, and while she wasn't talking about my experience, she was talking about her own. He used her experience to speak through her to me. And that's what I took from that. And again, you know, I explained this to her and she was like, yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm experiencing. Like, I'm having such a hard time being committed to myself, and it's affecting areas of her life. It's, you know, and not just her, me too. So I'm using her as an example, but like it sparked the conversation. So yesterday I'm sleeping and I'm laying in bed, and I've recently started working out again, feeling good about it, excited, because I really want to lose some weight before my birthday, which is August 1st. And of course, I'm in my bed just kind of thinking, okay, tomorrow I need to get this workout in, I need to get this workout in, I need to eat this. And here comes that, Shanice, you going to be consistent this time? You going to actually follow through? And I literally had to stop myself because I was like, okay, is this doubt? Or is this me really not fully trusting myself? Trusting that I can be committed to myself, trusting that I can show consistency. I was just, I'm going to use the word, I was flabbergasted. Because I was just like, do I not trust myself? And if I don't trust myself to be committed, to stay consistent for me, then it's kind of understanding, it's kind of clear as to why I'm constantly looking to be the rah-rah and the cheerleader and the supportive wife and the loving and like all-in mom for everyone else, but I leave zero for myself. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I refuse to do that. So I am now putting my foot down, and I am holding myself accountable. I'm going to hold myself accountable because I want to trust myself. I want to know that I can trust what I tell myself that I'm going to do. And I want to see myself on the other end of that promise. I want to see myself successful through the things that I've said I've wanted to accomplish. And don't get me wrong, I've accomplished a lot of things. I'm well educated. I have a lot of things going for me, so there's no question of that. It's just when it comes to having to build myself up and believe in myself and commit to something for myself, I believe that last before anything else. Everyone else's situation, girl, you got to do that. That's you. That's what God put value in. That's your value. That's who God wanted you to be. All these things. But I forget that God has a purpose for me too. And if I don't become obedient, then I'm working off of faith without works. And I refuse to do that. I have faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, 100%. But I refuse to have faith and not take any steps towards anything that he's spoken to me about, that he's put in front of me. And even when I take steps, I want to complete it. I don't want to just keep taking baby steps and always kind of having to start back at zero. So if you're a mom that's experienced this, you can resonate with that experience, then I am suggesting to you, acknowledge it, own it, and then change it. Stop it in its tracks before you become 2, 3, 4 years down the line a woman who's wishing that you would have made a change back then. Do it now and make sure that you don't go back. Learn to trust yourself for yourself.